Joining me now to go through all of that, Chief of Staff to Senator Pauline Hanson, James Ashby, and Radio 2GB host of Overnight's Luke Grant. Gents, great to have your company. It's Friday. It's been a pretty hectic week. Yes, there's been no parliament, plenty on. James, I'll start with you. You heard my comments, I'm sure, at the top of the show. I said it was a good visit to the US by the PM, but when isn't a visit by an Australian PM to the US a good one? The relationship's strong, the alliance is there. More of a concern to me is this visit he's got to China. And given all the domestic issues at home, and they are serious issues, they are really dragging people under, I feel like this government has been in limbo. I mean, it's obsessed with the voice. The PM's been up in the air more than he's been behind his desk. Things are getting harder and harder and harder for anyone much to make ends meet. I reckon it's time he got back to his day job. What would your advice be?
Well, every time I see Anthony Albanese fire up the government jet and head overseas, I always worry for the Australian people because I'm wondering what deals he's signing our country up to. Now, of course, the relationship with America is a good one, let's put it that way, but when he heads to China, that's a completely different story. China, kind of like the friend that, you keep at arm's length because, they're only using you to try and get to your wife. I don't trust China, and neither do most Australians. So the longer we continue this false relationship with them, the more it frustrates Australians. I want China to have a trading relationship very similar to the one that I have with Coles or Woolworths. I walk in, I do my shopping, I walk out, we're done. I don't invite them over for, weekend barbecues or anything like that. That's the relationship we should have with China. They're not our friends. They are long-term, potential enemies. That's why we're spending $364 billion on submarines. We're not doing it to keep boat people out. We're doing it to keep China at bay. So wake up to the Prime Minister, stay home, deal with our domestic issues.
And just echoing those comments there from James, Luke, the Taiwanese foreign minister was basically saying to the West, you guys need to be warned. I mean, China's trying to play you all. It's playing the United States, Europe, Japan. It mentions Australia. Yeah. And Taiwan says we have to keep a very clear eye on whether China is taking advantage of calmer relations with democracies to then put pressure on Taiwan. I think he's absolutely right, the Taiwanese foreign minister.
I think he's right too, and what worries me most, Peter, is that our government isn't going to wake up to that or don't have the backbone to actually take that advice. I fear here perhaps the deal's been done. The Port of Darwin lease, Chang'an being released, some of our exports being allowed back in, or at least talk of that. I don't know what much will happen out of this 3-day visit by the Prime Minister. I'm a bit like James. I hope not much. I hope they just shake hands and respectfully agree to disagree and move on. But look, you have to take them seriously, even though it is Sleepy Joe and the President of Taiwan you take seriously too. Please be guarded, Albo. Please be on guard.
And look, you are right. I know exactly how this works. You are right to say there's got to be some relationship between us rolling over on the Port of Darwin, because Labor said they were going to get rid of that deal with the Chinese before the election. Now they're getting this warmer relationship. They've rolled over. Chang'an's come back. That is a good thing. But tariffs and other things look like this is part of a two-step dance.